It's 2026, and everything you thought would get easier just got more expensive. Not slightly, not temporarily, systematically. You're working harder, earning more than you did a few years ago. But somehow, it feels like you can afford less. And no, this isn't just inflation anymore. This is something deeper, something structural. And if you don't understand what's happening now, your future won't just be expensive. It'll be unaffordable. Because what you're experiencing right now isn't a phase. It's a shift. A shift in how money works, how systems are designed, and how your life is going to cost you every single year from this point forward. And the scariest part, most people still think this is temporary. It's not. You've probably heard it. Inflation is coming down. Sounds reassuring, right? But here's what they don't tell you. Even if inflation slows down, prices don't go back down. Since 2020, consumer prices in the US are up over 20%. But real wages haven't kept up at the same pace. They stay high. That's how the system works. So when they say inflation is under control, what they really mean is prices are still rising, just slower. But your rent, still high. Your groceries, still high. Your insurance, even higher than before. This is called sticky inflation. The kind that doesn't reverse. The kind that quietly resets your entire cost of living. Permanently. And this is where it starts to get dangerous. Because your income doesn't adjust the same way. This isn't inflation going down. This is your baseline permanently moving up. So the question is, if prices never come down, how are you supposed to catch up? Let's talk about the biggest expense of your life. Housing. In the United States, homeownership used to be a milestone. Now, it's becoming a privilege. Rent has surged faster than wages for years. In many US cities, rent has increased 30–40% since 2020. While income growth stayed far behind. In buying a home, the average American now needs over 35–40% of their income just for housing, when the safe level used to be 30%. In some states, childcare now costs more than in-state college tuition. And in many cases, more than rent. That dream is getting pushed further and further away. Higher interest rates, lower affordability, massive upfront costs. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't just a bad market cycle. This is a structural shift. You're not being priced out temporarily. You're being priced out permanently. Large institutions are buying up residential properties. Supply is constrained. Zoning laws limit expansion. Which means you're not just competing with other buyers anymore. You're competing with systems that have more money than you ever will. And while you're waiting for prices to come back down, they're not waiting. They're accumulating. Which slowly turns you from a potential owner into a permanent renter. And housing is just the beginning. Because the most expensive parts of your life aren't even optional. Everyone talks about groceries. But groceries aren't what will break you. It's the hidden costs. The unavoidable ones. Health insurance premiums in the US, rising year after year. Car insurance. Americans now carry over $1 trillion in credit card debt, the highest ever recorded. Spiking across multiple states. Childcare. In some states, childcare now costs more than in-state college tuition. And in many cases, more than rent. In some cases, more expensive than rent. College tuition. Still climbing. And here's the brutal truth. You don't get to opt out of these. You need healthcare. You need transportation. You need education. So when these costs rise, you don't cut them. You absorb them. Which means your financial pressure doesn't come from luxury. You get your paycheck. Pay rent, insurance, groceries. And before the month even starts, you're already behind. It comes from survival. And this is where the illusion completely breaks. Because even if you're earning more, you're still falling behind. On paper, wages have increased. But in reality, your purchasing power has decreased. This is the biggest lie in the modern economy. You're told, you got a raise. But what actually happened is, your expenses grew faster than your income. So even though the number in your bank account is higher, what that money can do is less. This is called a real purchasing power collapse. And it's happening silently. No alarms. No headlines. Just a slow erosion of your financial stability. Which is why so many people feel stuck, even when they're doing everything right. But it gets worse. Because now, you're not just paying more for essentials. You're being trained to pay for everything. Forever. Look around your life. How many things do you actually own? Your software. Subscription. Your entertainment. Subscription. Your cloud storage. Subscription. Even cars are starting to lock features behind monthly payments. Heated seats. Advanced controls. Oh, locked. Unless you keep paying. This is the shift from ownership to access. And access comes with a cost. A recurring cost. Which means your financial baseline is constantly rising. Even if you don't change your lifestyle. Even if you don't upgrade anything. You're paying more. Just to maintain what you already have. So if everything is getting more expensive, why are people still spending? Because debt is no longer optional. It's becoming necessary. Credit card balances in the US have hit record levels. Buy now, pay later is everywhere. And it's not being used for luxury anymore. It's being used for essentials. Groceries, bills, everyday expenses. Which signals something critical. People aren't borrowing to live better. They're borrowing to keep up. And when debt becomes survival, you're no longer building a future. You're financing the present. And just when you think it can't get tighter, there's another pressure building. One that could reshape income itself. While your cost of living is rising, your income stability is being challenged. Automation is no longer coming. It's here. Entry-level roles are shrinking. White-collar jobs are being redefined. Tasks that once required teams can now be done by systems. Faster. Cheaper. Which creates a dangerous combination. Costs are going up, while job security is going down. And when those two forces collide, it creates uncertainty. Not just about money, but about your future itself. So what happens if this trend continues? Take everything you're seeing in 2026 and extend it forward. Housing. Less affordable. Healthcare. More expensive. Education. Further out of reach. Middle-class lifestyle. Harder to maintain. Now imagine this. You're earning more than ever before. But it still doesn't feel like enough. That's the trajectory. And if nothing changes, by 2030, what feels expensive today will feel normal. At this point, most people ask, why is this happening? And the answer isn't simple. It's a mix of policy, market incentives, global shifts. But the outcome is clear. The system is becoming more efficient. Not for you, but around you. And if you don't recognize the pattern, you'll keep reacting to symptoms instead of understanding the cause. Because this was never just about prices going up. This is about your future getting more expensive, faster than your ability to keep up. It's about a world where working harder doesn't guarantee progress, saving money doesn't guarantee security, and waiting doesn't make things cheaper. So the real question is, why is everything so expensive? The real question is, are you prepared for what it's becoming? Because if 2026 feels expensive, you haven't seen anything yet. Comment below. What's one expense in your life that's gone up so much it actually changed how you live? Because chances are, you're not the only one feeling it. Watch this next to understand what this means for your financial future before it's too late.